Yo, tube, what's good? It's Aeghis. In today's video, it's gonna be a little different. I don't normally do these kind of things where I, kind of like break down some news or whatever. But this one, I think deserves it. It's pretty big. You guys probably watched, if you're a fan of WoW, you've probably watched the new expansion reveal, and you've probably seen all this stuff. But I just kind of want to go over my take on a lot of it. So we're obviously leveling up to level 70 again, which is, it's fine. Whatever. These zones actually do look pretty cool. I'm not. I'm like a PvPer. I'm into, arenas and all this stuff. I'm not really into like lore and all this, but these zones actually do look, look at that. Come on, look at this guy. It actually does look really good. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to leveling one character. The rest will be, like always. It sucks having to level more than one character, but it's okay. This is pretty huge. I think it's pronounced Dracthyr Evoker. So Dracthyr is the new race, which is what you're looking at here. It actually has like a little human in the back of it. Maybe you get to like switch or something, I'm not sure. But and then I think Evoker is the new class. So this is definitely really interesting. You can only be a Dracthyr if you're gonna be an Evoker, and you can only be an Evoker if you're gonna be a Dracthyr. So it's like it's exclusive to each other. They start at level 58. Cool. They have their own starting zone, which is pretty lit. This is actually cool that you can switch back and forth. I wonder how that's gonna work if you just get to like pick and choose, kind of like a worgen or something like that, or maybe the racial activates one or the other. Either way, it's definitely really interesting. And my kind of hope with an Evoker is it says here is that it's gonna wield the magic of, in its very distinctive style of spellcasting. And you know what I'm really excited about Devastation is I'm really hoping, because right now as a mage there's no alt that you can play that feels like a mage. You can play Shadow Priest, but it's like you're not mobile, you don't feel like a mage. You can play Warlock, again, you're not mobile, it just doesn't feel good. I think Boomkin is probably the closest you can get, but still I don't really like playing Druid. And then there's like Ellie, and that's also like meh. So I'm really hoping that like Evoker is kind of like the class or the spec that like mage alts can actually feel like they're playing, something that's similar to their main. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be a really good alt for mages. I'm really looking forward to it. It also has a different specialization, preservation. It's a healing specialization, so it's definitely going to be interesting. One thing to note is that I am okay with the addition of this because they cannot play orc. One thing, as someone who plays mage a lot and rogue, we obviously all know how strong the orc racial is, so a class being introduced that can't play orc is obviously really good for us, and just like good in general. This is interesting, and this is the first time reading it. We're also introducing a new type of spell, Empower. Players will be able to hold down a button on their keyboard to power up a spell. The longer you charge the spell, more damage it could do, or more. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know if anyone kind of caught on to this. They didn't say anything about this, so you would only find out about it from reading. That's definitely interesting. I wonder if that's going to be only tied to this class, or if it's like with a bunch of other classes too. Like maybe they're changing the dynamic there a little bit, but that's interesting. That's interesting. The Dragonriding, this is just how you'll get through the new zone. It's pretty cool that we get flying right away. We're getting flying right away, and then over time we get, like the customization. I think that's how it should be, not like work towards getting flying. I don't think anyone's really too keen of that, but this is pretty cool too. They're updating the HUD and the UI, as it is a little bit outdated. However, what I would like for them to do is have the ability to play with the old UI, because personally not a super fan of like the new minimap and just all this stuff. And I personally like the old school layout. Call me old school, but I'm just hoping that there is option to be able to play with the old one. I imagine there probably will be, but we'll see. Yep, remove some clutter. That's very good. And you know what, I think they are like overdue for it. Maybe it would be better, but who knows. This is the thing I'm the most excited about. Between that and the Evoker, this is what I'm the most excited about, is the new talent tree. So the reason why I'm so excited about this is because I think this is really gonna what's gonna like make class design feel like good again, you know, with how much customization is you know, out there. And I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to this, because I think the newer one where you had like 3 and then you like pick between those talents, it kind of makes it to where like certain stuff is used and then certain stuff is kind of just like never used, and it's not good, and it makes, I don't know, you know. So I'm really excited for this. The one thing that I am a little questioning is like, what is like, how are they gonna decide? I'm looking at this from a mage perspective, you know, like what is gonna be. I see some squares and I see circles. Are like squares, is that abilities, and circles are passives, or like, I'm not really sure what's going on there. It looks like there's like a send ward icon here, and then there's like also a send ward icon like right there. So it's like, what's going on? Like what's going on there? So it's a little confusing. It's a little unclear. It's like, is every druid getting skull bash now? So like, there's gonna be resto druids with kicks, which I'm not opposed to, but I'm just saying, like, I wonder what has to make the cut to be a druid, and what has the cut to, you know, make a spec specific talent. And also, one of my favorite parts is they say we want players to be able to tinker with the trees and make a lot of changes while not necessarily feeling like you must fully commit. This is something that I think is really good, because you don't want to like lock in you know, something and then fight a niche matchup where you have to change it and then just be locked in and it feels crappy. Like for a mage perspective, if you want to play blink stun but you're like expecting to shimmer, what I think you'll have to do down here is just change your loadout, which you guys actually can't see that, but yeah, you change your loadout. So I'm really looking forward to that. So they even say it down here, players should be easily able to go from their raid to playing arenas by taking advantage of a new feature that allows them to save and load their build. Definitely really cool. And I know Zaryu's probably pretty happy, because it's gotta happen that deep freeze is over here in the mage category, right? Or at least in the frost one. Just I don't see it not being there, so I think Zaryu will be pretty happy about that. And then obviously you can see down here we still have our PvP talents too. So yeah, I don't know, this is my favorite part. I'm really excited for this coming back. I think this is really good for the game. But yeah, overall, I think that's about it. I've never really been into professions, but this is, I guess, pretty cool with the work order. You know, I'm always broke in the game, so it's gonna be nice to kind of have like, you know, I can get the mats and then just like put in a work order or something. Because, you know, leveling, you're gonna pick up a bunch of mats like regardless. But yeah, I mean, overall, really good changes. Definitely really interested to see how Evoker plays out. Like I said, really looking forward to maybe having that as an alt for mage mains, because I've always felt as a mage main that there was no class and spec that I could alt that gave me that same feeling. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just really looking forward to all this. The new expansion release, in my opinion, was a giant success. I think it had like average like 100k viewers on Twitch. I didn't really see the YouTube, but I just know everyone's pretty excited about it. But yeah, also real quickly, I just wanted to kind of go over the other announcement that was made during their live stream, and that was the announcement of Wrath of the Lich King Classic, which you know, is something that personally I never got to experience. I played you know, I was very young when this came out, so I wasn't doing PvP. If anything, I was just, you know, leveling a night elf hunter and collecting you know, different kind of pets and stuff. So I think I'm definitely gonna, you know, give it a shot. I do have a level 70 mage. I'm not sure how much I'll play this. It kind of depends on if I know I'll have teammates, if I level up and do all this kind of stuff and gear and whatnot. Maybe, you know, maybe Explicit and I will give it a try together or something. One thing I think is really cool is the personal arena rating. It's going to be similar to what we have now in retail, where you have the personal arena rating rather than arena teams. So I think that's a pretty good change. I think that's really like you know, like it helps me as someone who hasn't played Wrath, makes me want to play it a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know, definitely excited. I'm probably gonna give it a try, you know, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, are you guys gonna play Wrath? Let me know in the comments. That's all I really have, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite part is in the comments. Yeah, just let me know. All right, guys, that's all for me, and peace out.